Hey y'all, it's Betsy with Happily Ever After Etc. and welcome back to another cruise video. As you can see, I am currently in Sydney, Australia on board the Carnival Splendor. We actually just finished an 8-day cruise around Australia and we are getting ready to do a 9-day cruise around the Great Barrier Reef. So, since we're doing a back-to-back, I figured I'd take the few minutes in between when last week's cruisers are getting off and this week's cruisers are getting on to show you around as much of the ship as I can. We're doing a full ship tour. I will try to get as many of the areas when there's not people as possible, but it's a big ship. There's still people getting off, sitting down in Lido and down on deck 3. And so we may see people at some point. But at the moment, we are up on deck 12, the back of the ship. You can see the Opera House. You can see behind me the big bridge that people walk across because they're insane. You pay to walk across that. You could not pay me to do that. No, not even close. The ferries. So if you're taking a water ferry around here, this is one of the stops. On the ship, however, deck 12 is pretty sparse. We have the basketball courts, we have the whale tail, and that's about it up here, but we'll walk down to the other end. We're gonna go back and forth across each deck, just showing you how the ship is laid out, how you can get around. Of course, there are maps by each of the elevators, so it's not hard to get lost. You can still get lost, but it's easy to figure out where you are. You stop and take a second, and of course, if you have the Hub app from Carnival, there are ship maps on there as well. But here is the layout of the Carnival Splendor. On deck 12, once you walk up from Serenity, we have a bench, we have a shower. It's very sunny out today. Of course, we have the basketball courts, which is fully netted, which is nice. You can't lose your basketballs. Soccer balls, there's some soccer goals in there as well. There is also, as you can see, the jogging track. So if you want to come up here and run some laps, you are more than welcome. Little stadium seating. If you would like to watch the basketball but not participate. And last but not least, we have, I believe, the splash pad. Yes. Technically, the splash pad is on deck 11, down a deck, but you can see it from here. This is the quietest it's been all cruise. The kiddos love it there. So if you have a kiddo, check it out. Here you can see the other side is the slides, the water park, and down under here is Lido. So right here you can see there is a retractable top to Lido, which we don't need here in Australia, but when this ship goes to places like Alaska, they will completely close the entire area so that it's not as cold. For now, let's go ahead, pop down the stairs to 11. So over by the slides, most of these decks, 12, 13, 14, just leading up to the slides. There are plenty of eggs over here. The parrots or other like-minded people to hang out, which is nice. Then you can see, we can enter back into the ship. And of course, deck 11 when you come inside is the spa. So it is closed right now, but Mom and I actually had spa passes for this last cruise. I did an entire tour of the entire spa, so y'all can pop over to that video and check it out. In the meantime, you can see the entire layout for deck 11 here. We are right in front of the spa. There's the fitness center where you can work out. There is the hair and beauty salon. And then all of the spa perks if you purchase the spa pass. We have Carnival Waterworks outside, the big slides. We have the Sky Dome, Splashy Cove or splash pad. And then all the way on the other side, we have the steak restaurant, Fahrenheit 555. But let's go ahead, pop down to 10. We'll have staterooms, Seaside Theater. We'll walk over through Campbellocean, and I'll show you where Lido and the steak restaurant is. To 10. So on deck 10, the entire back half are spa cabins, and then we will get into the rest of the outdoor activities. So let's pop over. I'm not going to show you every single hallway because they are exactly the same. You can see the stewards are hard at work getting the cabins ready for next cruise. Cabins. Very nice, very nice. Of course, cabins are different depending on where on the ship you are. Spa cabins have access to the spa. You can tell we are at the front of the ship because on this ship, the glass elevators are at the front. All the sad people getting off the ship. Not me. This ship is very pink. Pink wallpaper, pink ceilings. I love it. You guys know pink's my thing. All right, let's go out, show you the outside. So, you can see all around Lido, all the people leaving. Seems to be a chair storage area. So those chairs have been there every single day this week. And my favorite part of the ship, the hot tubs. So both hot tubs on this ship are up here under the shade, which is wonderful. The other one straight across. being near the pool, there were still kids in these quite a lot, but not as often as on a regular ship where they are down in the sun by the pool where the kids are popping back and forth. So all week long, typically, if one hot tub was overrun by the Rugrats, the other one was still free for adults, which is nice. There are, I believe, 2 hot tubs still back in the Serenity area, which is of course adults only. The adults only area, however, is not enclosed, but we have all these tables, which is nice because Lido gets super busy. It's hard to find a table. And the game tables, ping pong, kinds of stuff. Here we are on the other side of the ship from the Opera House. You can see into Sydney. Here is the cruise terminal. If you're coming to get on the ship, this is where you come. Get dropped off right up here. I did a whole video on getting on the ship in Sydney, so if you want to check that out, I will link it down below. It's very, very easy, simple, same as most embarkation days. They want to make it easy for you to get on the ship. They want to make it even easier for you to get off the ship. But right here we have the first in our row of egg chairs, which I like because they're shady. You know your girl's allergic to the sun. We're gonna go ahead and go all the way down because it's quite a walk. All right, end of the walk. You can see all the egg chairs, and now you can start to see the regular chairs. So this is deck 10 upstairs, and as you can see, we have lots of no smoking signs out right now because they are fueling the ship, very important. But the no smoking signs here are because this is the smoking area. So if you are a smoker, you'll become very well acquainted with this area and the people who hang out here. But it's open to the air, which is nice. And you can see the entire Serenity deck, which this might be my favorite Serenity deck of all time because it has 2 sections. You can see over here those white umbrellas and then the yellow umbrellas. Shade. This Serenity deck has shade. It's all a girl can ask for, really. That's all I need. Shade, shade, shade. But behind the pool here, you can see the 2 spas in the Serenity area. They are not in the shade like the ones in the middle of the ship. They're still child free. All right, so you can see we've walked all the way down here. We will go in and see Lido in just a second, but first, let's pop up top and see Fahrenheit 555. Getting everything set up. I love how you can still see downstairs into Lido. Let's pop down right here to the Lido below us. Ta-da! So this is upstairs Lido. There are even more booths, tables, chairs up here. Just a few people left waiting to get off. And then downstairs is deck 9 Lido. This is your main Lido area where you're going to spend most of your lunches, ice cream days, pizza nights, anytime you want to eat. Let's go. Deck 9. So as you can see, main Lido, Serenity. We've got our pool, the Red Frog Rum Bar, the Blue Iguana Tequila Bar, and of course, Guy's Burgers and the pizzeria, all important. Top it off with staterooms. So we're gonna pop back, show you all Serenity, and then we'll go up to the front. We'll walk.
We are going to continue with our checked luggage operation. We do have some more luggage tanks outside. So folks, if you have luggage tanks, it's waiting on.
The deli is back here if you would like any sandwiches. They're open every single day. There is one of the bars. You can get all your drinks before you come lay out. And here's my favorite spot, under the canopy. Especially in Sydney, you're right across from the Opera House. Tell me that is not the best view on the ship. Pretty good. Pretty good. Pool and hot tub areas. Got egg chairs all along the back and a second shade area over there. All right, through Lido. Whew. More shade, more shade. The little pavilions here are also quite shady. I like when they have a shade and sun option because, of course, some people want to be in the sun. On this side, they have a whole row of tables and chairs. Right by the, whatever this is, Azalea Tiger, which I believe is their Indian restaurant. Yep, that's it. Indian food for sure. Getting down to fewer and fewer people. Right, here's your main Lido area. So we've got Good Eats, which at this time of day is breakfast. It'll turn into lunch and dinner, and then the Seafood Shack. There's also the bathroom if you need it. You can get here from inside and out on Serenity. Typically, this spot is the dessert bar. If you need dessert. And the Seafood Shack, which is one of the paid options. And they are quite proud of their prices, so only go there if you want to eat for money. Morning. Coffee, water, juice, all of your included drinks. And then the booths. So there's booths on either side, tables on either side. I'll tell you, some days it's very hard to find a seat up here. So remember all those upstairs options I showed you. They typically are free a lot easier. Hi. The crew is always so friendly. Alright, so this buffet is still running. We've got ice cream, beer, all your free drinks, cereal. Here is a Lido breakfast. Hello. There you go. There's also the omelet station. Elevators, midship. Snags and pies, which is only on the Australian cruises because that is their name for the Australian dishes. So if you want to try those, snags and pies. They've got a spot here and on the other side. And they have different food every day there. Different Australian dishes. My favorite place to eat on the ship. Guy's Burgers. First stop for almost every cruiser. And the pool. So here's the main Lido area. We've got the pizzeria here, elevators. If you want to watch a movie by the pool, this is where they'll set it up. They have all the loungers usually out. You can be in the pool, you can be on a lounger, you can sit in a chair. But this is it. We've got the rum blue iguana and the rum frog bar. 2 bars, 1 pool. Always fun. Let's head up to the other side. Towel hut. Need more towels. Or if your kiddo needs a life jacket for the pool, got you covered. Glass elevators mean we are at the front of the ship, all the way back down to the atrium. It's always a fun spot, especially at night when they're singing down there. You can hear them all the way up here.
Oh, it's empty now.
Let's go this way. Stay away from all the people. You can see more cabins. These are balcony cabins like mine. I did do a full cabin tour for y'all this cruise, so I'll link that below as well. I'll link the whole playlist for the sailing. Deck 9, we are at the front. And you can see, with the exception of the spectacular, which is the actual like a theater on board, the entire front of the ship now is going to be cabins. We also are going to have cabins 8, 7, 6. So let's go ahead and pop down to deck 5, which will be the next floor that's not staterooms. All right, deck 5. So the front of the ship we have Spectacular, which is of course the theater. Fun shops, we have the Atrium here. This is with the glass elevators. Fun shops. And the casino, main draw of deck 5, which has the casino bar and the ATM. We have some kids clubs, the cafe where you can get coffee and milkshakes, the red carpet nightclub, warehouse, which is the arcade, cool lounge, alchemy bar, and the gold restaurant is downstairs. Upstairs is El Morocco, which is the punchliner. So let's start at the front. Behind the beautiful stairs is deck 5 of the Spectacular. Now, I took footage in here the other day when it was open, so you're gonna have to imagine right now that the doors are open because they are shut for the moment. But here's the footage from inside, and this is down on deck 3, not deck 5, which is the balcony. But footage from the Spectacular. All right, once we leave the theater up on deck 5, we are at the fun shops. So the fun shops on the right are the shirts, hats, bears, fashion, accessories. So they have clothes in here, purses, sunglasses, all those important things. Beautiful Carnival hoodies. Anything you could need. On the left, they have alcohol, chips, cookies, some sodas. Again, importance. On the right side, we have even more important stores such as Pandora, our Chanel perfumes, lotions. We have beautiful jewelry. Probably the Effie stores in here. Yep, Effie. How did I know? Like with the casino, all of these stores are only open on sea days or when we're out to sea. So typically the evenings. And then we are in the Atrium. So of course the Atrium is the main lobby down on deck 3. They're always cleaning, y'all. And it goes all the way up. It's very pink on this ship. Very Art Deco. We're going to keep coming back. We have another little shop here, which is Carnival Adventures, and it has swimming kind of gear. Kids stuff, water shoes. Everything you might need for a day at the beach, which is important. Last but not least, we have the sports bar. So, if you would like to come to the sports bar, you're right here. And then you can see behind it is the casino. So, even at 7 in the morning, there's not too many people in the casino, but there's a few. So I believe the The tables are not open right now, but I think the slot machines are. Hard to say. This casino has the coolest decor. All cards. Very decadent. Look at this. Here's all your tables. The back on the right is where you can cash out, get your chips, the ATM. There is all the machines on the right, or the left. Sorry, y'all. You can tell this is the left. And on the far side with the windows, we have the promenade, and that goes all the way through the middle of the ship. You can see, I'm trying to avoid the couple people in here. Now that it is a sea day, there are a few. They are cleaning already this morning. And we have the bar, casino bar, and very, very, very important casino bathrooms, followed by the midship elevators. So if we go around those, this stage here has music almost every night, and can't say for later in the cruises, but for right now on my cruise, the little gal who sings here is excellent. She's a very good singer. It's a lot of fun to watch her. More cleaning. Literally always cleaning, never stops. All right, here's your list of everything we're getting ready to get to. Can you read it all? Starting with cherry on top, which is candy for the kids young and old. I love the one on this ship because it has this like divider that's just open air divider. We have Java juice, coffee, all your important breakfast needs. We have part of Camp Ocean. So this is 15 to 17, which is why you often find the big kids, the teenagers, sprawled on these couches like they have not a care in the world. Too cool for school, y'all. Too cool for school. Got a set of stairs that go down, and the other half of the Java Blue Cafe. This is the half where you get milkshakes, so very important. The warehouse, which is, of course, the arcade. If you want to see something hilarious, the duck machine on this cruise. It was full when we started. Completely empty now. No more ducks. But if you're not looking for ducks, got plenty of games. So loud and noisy in there, y'all. All right, we're coming to the back of the ship, which means the alchemy bar. The grand piano, cool extension of the alchemy bar in there. the front elevators, or the back elevators. We're at the back. And El Morocco, which is the punchliner in the evenings. There's the back of the Grand Piano Bar. You can see the Gold Pearl, which is the restaurant. The Kuel, which is another little bar. And this area back here is often open all day, even though it's not doing anything. So you can come hang out here if you like a bit of quiet. But it's beautiful in here. Here's the bar. From El Morocco. Ooh. We're done with floor 5. We're going to pop down to 4, starting with the very back of the Gold Pearl restaurant. So, down the stairs, and these stairs are so interesting because they have a window right into the nightclub, or at this moment, the art auction. Red Frog Pub on floor 4, and the other half of the Gold Pearl, which I will put footage of when we get down to 3. But this is the inside bar. You can see the outside promenade from here, which is next to the lifeboats. It's kind of a long white corridor. Here are the stairs we saw upstairs by the Java Blue coffee shop. If you take them down, you will end up in this little corridor right outside the Red Frog Pub, where there are bathrooms. Very important. Very important. The boardroom, which is a conference room, I think you have to make reservations for. Or go to art auctions in. And the very back corridor of deck 4. See all the little art. Here's your middle elevators. So, normally, you don't go in the back. This is the back of the Black Pearl. But the door's open. We're going to take a peek. So if you have anytime dining, this will be your dining room. And spoiler, it is almost identical to the Gold Pearl except for black pearls. Very dramatic. Normally you wouldn't come through the restaurant. You would have to go up and over and down to get through the Black Pearl on deck 4 or 3. But since it's so early in the morning, we're just going to sneak on through. Like we were never here. Back to Circle C. This is Little Kiddos, I believe. And the beginning of Pixels, which is, of course, the photo gallery on the ship where they will display all of your photos. Now, Pixels is going to be all around deck 4 when it's open. You can see all of the closed places to display photos. And this is the front of the Black Pearl, where you would normally go in for dinner. We have one of my favorite places, currently set up for a private function, the library. Very quiet. The wall. If your photo gets put on the wall, I believe you get it for free, so you always want to come check. Always want to check. Even Pixels is asleep. We'll open all these later, and all the pictures you can look through of your whole trip. They're always taking your picture. All right, and now we are back to the spectacular, but deck 4 version. Let's go ahead. Hop down to deck 3. If you take a glass elevator, have to check for ducks. No ducks. Woo. Let me open. All right, y'all. So here we have the shore excursions counter. If you need help there. The front entrance of the spectacular. The other half is your guest services counter. And here is the main atrium. So this is where you will have come in typically to the ship. Got the main bar. Stage where they will play and sing, and glass elevators. Guest services is always awake, which is nice. And the deck 3 entrance of the Black Pearl. There we go. This is also times out of 10, or you will meet for shore excursions in the Black Pearl. But I'm going to pop the other side of the Black Pearl back to the back of deck 3, which is where the Gold Pearl is. And we'll visit that restaurant real quick. All right, so opposite side of deck 3 is this little, I don't even know how to explain it. It's like you come down into a box and then the Gold Pearl restaurant. So literally, you can come down the stairs or the elevator, and this is it. So before dinner, it's just literally 8 million people all waiting to go in for eating right here. Since this is a spot where you have to have a table, you'll give them your room number or your table number, and then you'll go in to the restaurant. I've already filmed in there, so here's the footage from when they weren't super busy with people and food. And that's about it. You can see that the last 2 decks, 2 and 1, are all staterooms, but I will bring you down there and just show you the last 2 floors. Deck 2. So, since there's no throughway on deck 3, we often come down a deck. Hello. All the way up to the front of the ship after dinner for the shows. Or you can pop up from 3 past 4 to 5 or 6 and across for the show after dinner. Either way, you got to go up or down. So that is it. At the very end of the Carnival Splendor, you can see from deck 1, it's down to the gangways, which are not open right now, or further up the ship, medical. So if you do need medical, it is available. We're not going to go check that out because you shouldn't go there unless you need it. Either way, we're all set. Hope you liked the tour, and if you have any questions, leave them below. I will see you in the next cruise video. Bye.